Where the last ray of our sun fades, the endless kingdom of eternal ice and absolute darkness begins. In this cosmic wilderness, hidden from the eyes of the most powerful telescopes, something huge, alien, and incredibly frightening has been hiding for billions of years. It silently watched us from the dark, slowly changing the fate of the entire solar system. And now, scientists have finally learned its true face. We are used to thinking that our cosmic home is well studied. In school, we are told about 8 familiar planets. Closest to the warmth is scorching Mercury. Then comes bright Venus, our cozy Earth, and desolate Mars. A bit further out rotate the giants made of gas and ice, which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Behind them lies an icy junkyard of cosmic rocks, which astronomers call the Kuiper Belt. For a long time, people believed that this was where the inhabited part of our system ended. Beyond that, according to the old science, there was only emptiness for many trillions of kilometers around.
But the universe knows how to keep secrets that give you goosebumps. Imagine a quiet, abandoned old house where you have lived your whole life. You know every corner, every floorboard, and every room. And suddenly, in the middle of the night, you notice a strange, barely visible purple light streaming from under the locked door to the farthest basement. And from the very depths comes the heavy, hollow breathing of a creature that clearly surpasses you in size. This is roughly what astronomers from all over the world are feeling right now. They realized that a real cosmic monster is running the show in the backyard of our solar system.
For a long time, people believed in fairy tales about the mysterious planet Nibiru. On the internet, you can find thousands of stories about a huge inhabited world flying somewhere in space. We were promised that this planet was about to fly up to Earth, cover half the sky, and cause terrible catastrophes. Of course, all of this turned out to be a fiction of sci-fi writers and mystery lovers. No Nibiru with aliens on board exists, and telescopes have proven it. But the reality dug up by scientists from the American Space Agency NASA turned out to be many times cooler, more interesting, and much stranger than any science fiction fairy tales. It all started when astronomers noticed strange things in the behavior of distant icy dwarfs. On the very edges of our system, huge chunks of ice and rock fly around. These are lonely cosmic wanderers located so far from the sun that it seems to them like just a bright little star in the sky. It was logical to assume that these icy chunks should fly completely chaotically, however they pleased. But when scientists plotted their orbits on powerful computers, they were literally left speechless.
It turned out that all these distant icy worlds behave as if someone is training them. Imagine a huge school stadium where hundreds of kids are running around in different directions. This is the normal order of things. But suddenly, all the children, as if on command, line up in one straight line and start running in the same direction, tilting their heads at the same angle. You will immediately understand that a strict teacher or coach has appeared on the field, giving orders. This is exactly the kind of invisible coach that mathematicians discovered. Something incredibly heavy and powerful is gathering these icy planets into a single bundle. This invisible object literally twists them with its gravity however it wants. It forces them to stretch their orbits in one direction. Mathematical calculations showed that this simply could not happen by accident. The probability of such a coincidence is only 1/100%. This means that there, in the impenetrable darkness, there is definitely a giant object. Scientists called it Planet 9.
When researchers began to calculate the mass of this hidden neighbor, their eyes went wide with surprise. This mysterious object turned out to be about 5 or even 10 times heavier than our Earth. This is a real giant. If it were next to us, it would take a place of honor between the rocky planets and the gas giants. But the most amazing thing is where exactly it is located. This mysterious world is located so far away that it is hard for the human mind to imagine. To make it easier for you to understand, let's picture our usual distances. Our Earth is located at a distance from the Sun that light travels in just 8 minutes. To the most distant Neptune, light flies for about 4 hours. But to Planet 9, light from the Sun will take more than a day to travel. It is located about 20 times further from the center of the system than Neptune. To make just one revolution around the Sun, this planet needs from 10 to 20,000 years. Just think about that. When this planet was last at its closest point to the Sun in its orbit, mammoths still lived on Earth, and people took shelter in caves from the cold and hunted with stone axes. Since then, humanity has managed to build cities, invent the internet, fly into space, and this distant monster has not even completed its cosmic year yet.
But the strangeness only begins there. When astronomers tried to model the movement trajectory of Planet 9, they faced a real puzzle. All planets in our solar system circle roughly in the same plane. This is similar to how different berries are laid out on a large round plate. They all roll along the flat bottom of the plate around the center. But Planet 9 completely refused to obey the general rule. Its orbit is tilted to the common plane almost at a right angle. It flies perpendicular to all the others. On our plate of berries, this planet behaves like a crazy fly that flies strictly up and down, punching through the bottom of the plate right in the middle.
How is this even possible? Why does this world fly against the rules? Scientists have come up with several incredible hypotheses. The first idea states that once a very long time ago, at the very dawn of the solar system's birth, this planet was ordinary. It grew along with Jupiter and Saturn. But in those days, real chaos reigned in our cosmic family. Planets bumped, collided, and fought for open space. And then one day, huge Jupiter, which weighs more than all the other planets combined, came too close to our heroine. With its monstrous strength, Jupiter literally kicked Planet 9 like a football and threw it out to the farthest outskirts of the solar system, flipping its orbit. This version sounds logical, but it has one big downside. If the planet was pushed away so hard, it should have flown away into open space forever and become a rogue planet. But it stayed. Something kept it on a leash. And that is when scientists put forward a second hypothesis, which makes it truly terrifying. What if Planet 9 is not a planet at all? What if it is not a huge ball of blue ice and frozen gas? The latest research by physicists suggests that this mysterious object could be a primordial black hole. At the words black hole, we usually imagine a huge cosmic monster that sucks in entire stars and galaxies. Such giants live in the centers of large stellar systems. But scientists know that right after the birth of our universe, during the Big Bang, tiny black holes could appear. They are called primordial. They were not born from dead stars. They appeared because matter itself at the beginning of time was compressed with incredible force. Such small black holes can fly through space in complete darkness for billions of years. They emit nothing, they are absolutely invisible, and they can only be detected when they fly close to some object. And now imagine the picture. Such an ancient, dark monster flies through the galaxy, drops by our solar system for a visit, gets caught in the gravitational trap of our sun, and stays here forever, taking a place on the farthest outskirts.
If this hypothesis is correct, then the mass of this object is indeed equal to 5 or 10 masses of Earth. But because it is a black hole, its matter is compressed to such an extent that this object has microscopic dimensions by cosmic standards. The entire weight of 5 huge Earth planets is compressed into a ball the size of a regular ripe apple or a large orange. Imagine this fantastic contrast.
An object the size of a fruit that you can hold in your hand weighs as much as 5 whole planets, with all their oceans, mountains, cities, and billions of tons of rock. This incredibly dense little guy has such destructive gravity that it easily controls huge icy worlds at a distance of billions of kilometers. It flies in complete darkness, reflecting not a single ray of sunlight. It cannot be seen with the eye or photographed with a regular camera. This is the perfect invisible master of the icy outskirts.
How can we check what is hiding there? An icy planet or an apple-sized black hole? Scientists came up with a clever plan. If it is a black hole, then it must show itself sometimes. From time to time, icy comets from the Oort cloud fly into those distant regions. When such a comet bumps into the invisible black hole, a catastrophe occurs. The monstrous gravity of the black hole rips the unfortunate comet into pieces. At that moment, the matter of the comet begins to fall into the black hole, heats up to huge temperatures, and flashes with bright light. This is like a small cosmic spark in the pitch darkness. Astronomers hope to catch such flashes using new, ultra-sensitive telescopes that are currently being built on Earth. But the main question arises, which worries each of us. Does this mysterious Planet 9, or this black hole, pose any danger to you and me? Can this dark object destroy our familiar world?
To answer this question, we need to look at how the stability of our solar system is set up. Right now, all our planets move along very even, almost perfect circular orbits. This allows Earth to stay at a safe distance from the Sun. It is never too hot here, like on Venus, and there is no eternal deadly cold, like on Mars. Our life depends on this fragile balance. But the appearance of such a powerful neighbor on the outskirts disrupts this peace. Because Planet 9 moves along a highly elongated and tilted orbit, it works like a huge cosmic mixer. Each time it approaches the inner part of the solar system, its gravitational field begins to pull other planets toward itself. This influence is very weak if you look at a span of 1 year or even 100 years, but in space, time is measured in millions and billions of years. Scientists conducted a long-term computer simulation and discovered a frightening thing. Gradually, step by step, Planet 9 can rock the orbits of other worlds. It acts as an invisible puppeteer who slowly but surely pulls the strings. Under its influence, the orbits of Uranus and Neptune can become more elongated, and if these ice giants shift, a real chain reaction will begin. They will start to push Saturn and Jupiter. In the worst-case scenario, this cosmic chaos will reach the inner part of the system where we live. Earth's orbit could change. If our planet moves even a little closer to the Sun, the oceans will boil and the atmosphere will turn into scalding steam. If we are pushed further into the darkness, Earth will be covered with a kilometer-thick layer of ice and all life will perish from the terrible cold. Moreover, Planet 9 is capable of working like a giant slingshot. It can hurl huge icy asteroids from the Kuiper Belt straight into the depths of the solar system. These chunks of rock, the size of entire cities, will fly toward Earth, threatening to repeat the fate of the dinosaurs who died from a meteorite impact many millions of years ago.
But you should not panic right now and run to build an underground bunker. Space is incredibly vast, and all processes in it happen very slowly. Before the moment this invisible master of the outskirts can harm our Earth in any way, hundreds of millions or even billions of years will pass. During this time, humanity will surely manage to build huge spaceships and learn to travel to other stars. The discovery of Planet 9, whatever it actually turns out to be, completely changes our understanding of space. This discovery proves that we are only at the very beginning of our journey of understanding the universe. We have learned to look into distant galaxies located billions of light years away from us, but at the same time, we did not notice a huge neighbor living literally behind our fence for a long time. The universe turned out to be much more complex, mysterious, and beautiful than the scientists of past centuries thought.
It is not like a boring clockwork mechanism where everything is determined once and for all. Our cosmic home is a living, dynamic, and constantly changing world full of hidden dangers and incredible wonders. And every time we think we have solved all the riddles, space presents us with a new surprise, making our hearts beat faster with delight and wonder.
The investigation of this mystery continues right now. The best minds of humanity turn their eyes into the icy emptiness, trying to catch this invisible giant by the tail. And who knows what other incredible secrets will open up to us when we can finally send a spacecraft to this mysterious object at the edge of our system. Perhaps the answer will change the entire history of humanity. Our amazing virtual journey into the icy darkness has come to an end. We sincerely thank each of you for spending this time with us and diving into the incredible secrets of space together. If you liked this story, if you felt this amazing wow effect from the scale of our universe, please leave a like on this video. Be sure to write in the comments what you think is really hiding there. A huge icy planet or still a real black hole the size of an apple? We are very interested to know your opinion. Subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so you do not miss new exciting stories about the mysteries of space, and support our growth. Your support helps us make videos even better and more interesting. Stay with us and see you next time.